Hi everyone. I just wanted to make a quick update. Here it's currently December 21st, 2023. We're just before the new year here. So at the end of September, I ended up using a over-the-counter deworming medication that I had read about online for essentially killing any type of like pinworms, any type of roundworms, any type of hookworms, liver flukes, different types of potential parasites that might be living in your body that could be potentially sucking nutrients that from the food that you're eating, from the beverages that you're drinking, especially for those that believe, I've been eating really well, I've been making sure that I have healthy food, all those things, but yet still finding that there's issues with platelet count, with all kinds of different things like fatigue, anemia, all these different things. And potentially there's worms, parasites inside the body that have come through different forms, whether it's through pets, through swimming in lakes, still water areas, through parks and things like that. All kinds of different ways that one can essentially get them. And for example, myself, I've never dewormed in my life before. Earlier this year, I did a natural parasite cleanse, which I also spoke about in a previous video on my channel. That was called Parastroy. That was a 2-week detox. That was a natural supplement that had all kinds of different herbs that were anti-parasitic, antibacterial, antimicrobial. And I did that one for 2 weeks, and I did feel some changes, but nothing like dramatic. I don't know if things left my body or not, if I killed any type of parasites. So I thought, okay, let's try again here in September after reading about this simple deworming over-the-counter medication that I found online. It's an Australian medication. It's over the counter. I got it at my local pharmacy. It was $28 Canadian, so it's very inexpensive. It has 12 doses, and you essentially, it's not 12 doses. It's 12 tablets, and you have essentially one dosage, which you take one tablet according to a certain amount of weight. And so for me, it was 7. And I took 7, and it's a 1 dose, essentially, treatment. So you just take it once. And then 2 weeks later, they recommend you do another one-time dose so that from that first round, which essentially it kills any active pinworms, hookworms, tapeworms, liver flukes, things of that like, that are in your body, hiding near organs or in different areas. It essentially cuts off the sugar, which is their food. It paralyzes them, and they die off. Now, what doesn't die off is eggs. If they've given birth to eggs in your body, that doesn't kill it. So that's why 2 weeks later, you're doing one more dosage so that once those eggs have hatched, essentially you're going to kill those too, and you should be dewormed at that point if you have them. Now, I did this at the end of September, and I did find immediately when I took them, I felt less nervous, and I had very good sleep that evening. I also found, going poop was a lot more normal. I wasn't as constipated, and I've found that since. So here we are at the end of December, and I found overall that digestion and pooping and things like that have eased off quite a bit, and I'm more normal, I found, in terms of digestions and going to the bathroom. Now, in terms of like my thrombocytopenia, the ITP, my platelet count has remained around 140, 150. It hasn't come back up to that normal level of mine, which is typically 180 to 200, but it's still within a healthy range. So there we are. But anyways, I wanted to show you the product. Here's the product. It's called Combatrin. It's fairly fairly easy to find. I looked it up on Google and it was in my local pharmacy. I went to go pick it up and immediately used it. I did also kind of stay closer to home a couple of those days post taking the dosage, just in case I had to go to the bathroom a little more often or I got a little sick. But no, it wasn't the case. Everything was just fine, actually, I found. But I did find some subtle differences. Like I said, again, nervousness kind of went away a little bit. I was sleeping very well at night. And overall, in terms of going to the bathroom and digestions, things have improved quite a bit. So anyways, I wanted to share that with those that have thrombocytopenia. I've been discussing this deworming and cleanses, and I did 2 of them this year, and this was the second one, which was over-the-counter medication called Combatrin. I would suggest perhaps talking with your hematologist or your doctor if you're planning on taking it, just to make sure. There are some disclaimers on here that discuss potentially those that have liver or kidney disease. This could be an issue. I'd also discuss those that are breastfeeding and pregnant, that also to consult to make sure not to take this if you are breastfeeding or pregnant. So do consult with your medical doctor, your hematologist before you do take it, just in case. Okay, anyways, that's my update. All the best. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I hope the holidays are enjoyable. The other thing I would add here shortly too is now that we are in winter, skies here, for example, where I live on the west coast in Canada, it's gray, it's raining, it's cold. We don't see the sun as often, so I've been increasing my vitamin D3 intake, and I take that with vitamin K2. So I typically do anywhere from 5,000 IUs of vitamin D3 to 10,000 IUs a day, and then I do 100 micrograms of vitamin K2 with every 1,000 IUs of vitamin D3. The vitamin K2 will essentially help with the vitamin D3 to push any calcium into your bones, which essentially are the manufacturing point for blood, including platelets. So do take those together. I think it's really good. And I think vitamin D3 in general, vitamin D, which is essentially naturally from the sun, is very much linked to blood production, healthy blood production. One of the things that I'll be doing in the new year is going to get a vitamin D test to see where my levels are at. This is something that I'm not exactly sure where my levels are. I have been seeing some videos recently where there's a discussion of essentially vitamin D as essentially a hormone which helps testosterone increase, which then also helps to signal to your essentially to your bones to say, okay, time to produce blood, and essentially to produce platelets and red blood cells and white blood cells. So that D3 is very important for that. And so now that we're here in these darker times of winter, I think it would be really good if you're not, think about supplementing vitamin D in your daily routine. Have that talk with your hematologist or with your doctor or your naturopath regarding this, and that's supplementing with vitamin D, which is important, especially now in the wintertime. Okay, again, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, wishing you all the best, and we'll have a new update here in the new year. Wishing you all strong platelets. Okay, bye-bye.